Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A 9-year-old hockey goalie who had a tough day in the net becomes the target of a hateful rant by an adult on a message board. Grant.
A new bill in Lansing would require fact checkers to register with the state under penalty of fine and prove they have a $1 million bond to back up what they're saying. Coming up, what the author of this bill is saying today.
But first, breaking news, a major sign of normalcy from the CDC. New guidance on mask use for people who are fully vaccinated. And that tops our news tonight at 6. The CDC saying today fully vaccinated people do not need to wear masks inside or outside in most situations.
They also said social distancing isn't necessary 2 weeks after your final dose. Jason Colthorpe joins us now with the specifics and what the president is saying. Jason.
Yeah, the president, guys, is in full agreement with the CDC here. There are some exceptions to this, though, and we should lay those out for you. You do still have to wear a mask if you're in a healthcare facility or at a business which requires them. If you're traveling in an airport or taking public transportation, you still need to mask up. And of course, if you're not vaccinated, even if you have had COVID, you're advised to keep wearing a mask and social distancing. But as the president said a short while ago, the bottom line is if you are vaccinated, you're good to get back to normal.
It's not an enforcement thing. We're not going to go out and arrest people. But the fact of the matter is, I still believe the vast majority of the American people care about the safety of their neighbors and care about the safety of their families. And like I said, if you've been vaccinated, you don't have to wear your mask and you can shake hands. You can even give each other a hug. But if you've not been vaccinated, please wear the mask.
Obviously, the CDC's news is just out, and the question now is, will the state of Michigan adopt the same guidelines, and if so, when? Rod Maloney live with that part of the story tonight. Hey, Rod.
Yeah, hi, Jason. You know, we've been checking in with the state all afternoon to see what they have to say. The governor's office and also the MIOSHA folks sent us over to MDHHS, the Department of Health and Human Services, for a statement. It came very late, at about 5:30 this afternoon. We're going to put up exactly what it is that they're putting out for a statement, and you get the impression that they're not quite certain yet what to do, because it says, quote, CDC issued guidance today that fully vaccinated people can resume activities without wearing a mask or physically distancing, and this is something you've not heard yet, except where required by federal, state, local, tribal, or territorial laws, rules, and regulations, including local businesses and workplace guidance. MDHHS is reviewing this newly released guidance. So again, we're waiting for more from them. But in the meantime, Senator Gary Peters, U.S. Senator Gary Peters, and the governor from yesterday were still excited about all of the possibilities of things going forward. Let's hear from them.
Today's news from the CDC is great. We now can start getting back to our normal life as long as we are fully vaccinated. That's why it's so important.
Make sure you get those vaccines. We are making big progress, and it's time to feel optimistic. Let's all be in this together and get through it together.
Get out there and get a vaccine. You'll protect yourself. You're going to protect your family and loved ones, and you're not going to have to use these as much as we've had to do over the last year. This is great news.
And so I want to reiterate that the sound from the governor there came from her news conference yesterday. Gary Peters' stuff came out on his Twitter account late this afternoon. And so there is still much more we need to learn about this from the way the state wants to handle it. As soon as we have that information, we'll post it, whether it's on clickondetroit.com or we'll have it on the next nearest newscast. Reporting live in West Bloomfield, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Okay, Rod, thank you. Now let's get to the latest coronavirus numbers. The state reports more than 2,000 new cases and 112 additional deaths in the last 24 hours. On the vaccine front, 10.2 million doses have been distributed here to Michigan. 7.5 million of those doses have been administered.
Now, in what would have been our top coronavirus story today, children as young as 12 are now getting the Pfizer vaccine. Larry Spruill has been showing us it's been pretty busy over at the Northwest Activity Center. Larry, quite a process getting to this day.
Well, good evening, Devin. A very detailed process. We're talking about multiple tests just to make sure that the vaccine is safe for teens 12 to 15. But today is the day, and I want to show you how we got here. Take a listen.
You did it, baby.
It's a huge day for teenagers here in Michigan. Young kids between the ages of 12 through 15 can also get the vaccine.
500,000 kids aged 12 to 15 who just became eligible for vaccination, and that gets us even closer to being able to end this pandemic.
Chief Medical Executive Dr. Jonay Khaldun says this is a huge accomplishment, but it did take a lot of research and time for us to get here. This week, the CDC and the FDA gave the green light to use the Pfizer coronavirus vaccine in children ages 12 to 15. They say the shot is safe for teens in that age bracket. That's because the data shows during clinical trials, which included more than 2,200 children in that age group, there were 16 virus cases in the placebo group and none in the vaccine group. Also, there were no deaths and no severe adverse events were found to be related to the vaccine.
If the data are robust and they actually show without a doubt that the benefit of the vaccine outweighs any potential harms for a particular demographic, then they authorize it.
Dr. Mona Hana, a teacher, says she saw firsthand what COVID was doing to our younger people and is relieved there's now hope for them also.
And as a pediatrician, I know that kids also get physically sick with COVID. It should not be minimized.
And just like thousands of teens 12 to 15 here in Michigan, her kids got the vaccine also.
My kids, like so many kids, they're tired of wearing masks and they're tired of weekly COVID tests for sports and daily screenings for school. They're really sick of mom saying no all the time.
And if you are looking for a vaccination site for you or your teens, we can help you. We have that information on our website. Click on Detroit.com. We are live on the Detroit's West Side tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
That's right. Okay, Larry.
All right, well, today's weather has many of us thinking about summer, and some are already thinking about one of summer's biggest events, the Ford fireworks. Well, today at a ribbon cutting, Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan said the event will be similar to last year. The parade company will have an official announcement next week live here on Local 4. But for now, you can mark the date. The show will be June 28th. And as always, you can watch the Ford fireworks right here on Local 4 and click on Detroit.com. All right, well, we've got some momentum here going with these temperatures as we get closer to the weekend.
And so far, no freeze warning for tonight, Ben, which has been the case a lot this week.
The bar is pretty low for what passes as a win, but you're right. No frost advisory, no freeze warning. Still going to be relatively cool tonight, but we are making improvements on both the high and low end. We're at 64, and that's after coming off of a high today of 69 degrees, so close to 70, just not quite there. And compared to yesterday, it's about 3 to 7 degrees warmer across the area. And as we look forward into the weekend, here's a couple 70s right here. Saturday and Sunday, both just gorgeous days. Will stay dry, maybe a little bit more in the way of cloud cover as we get into Sunday. But the one thing that we have plenty of in the 7-day forecast is 70-degree temperatures. The one thing we don't have a lot of is rain. New drought monitor came out today. We'll explain why that's important. And don't forget, the Local Forecasters app is what you need to take with you as you go out to enjoy some of this beautiful weather this weekend. 10-day forecast and all of those 70s free in your app store by searching WDIV. Guys?
All right, Ben. A local youth hockey league is investigating a threatening post on a message board about one of its players. An adult posted the message on the Puck 54 website about a 9-year-old after the child let in a few goals during a game. Local 4 defender Sean Lay is live with a look at that message and its possible consequences. Sean, I heard the story. It's just awful.
And Kimberly, I'm going to repeat what you just said in case people were at home making dinner or something, and if you've got kids in youth sports, I'll say it again. The kid is 9 years old. He had a pretty bad game, apparently. So an adult posted for all to see on the web, the 9-year-old's first name. And then he said he had such a bad game that the 9-year-old should hang himself and he will bring the rope to help him.
Look, this sickens me. It's a sickening abuse of power.
Local 4 legal analyst Neil Rockheim says what an adult posted to youth hockey blog puck54.com, in his view, could be a felony. The league, Lakeland Hockey Association, the target of an anonymous post, a 9-year-old boy. After a recent loss, an adult posted the child's first name and wrote, "After that game, their goalie should go hang himself."
5 goals against, and he calls himself a goalie. Let me know when practice is, and I'll bring him a rope and tie the knot. League President Brad Martin tells us the recent game was played at Lakeland Arena on Highland Road in Waterford. He also saw the post and is outraged. Neil Rockine says the adult could expect a visit from law enforcement and CPS. Teams talk. That message will get to that boy.
If this kid hears of this, he's going to potentially, it will injure his self-esteem, will make him feel ostracized amongst his teammates, and it could contribute to him doing something harmful to himself. We certainly hope that's not the case. And he will hear about it. He's going to have a mental image, a visual image of some father coming to the rink with a rope. No 9-year-old deserves to feel that way.
Now, an Oakland County Sheriff's detective was asked to look into this. He did a lot of work on it, but to summarize, he says the comments, although tasteless, do not rise to a criminal matter and are considered free speech. The detective was attempting to handle it in an alternative way. That means the detective went on to give the parents of the 9-year-old his phone number. They have not called him back. They have not filed any police or sheriff's reports. He went, the detective, to go meet with the coach. The coach's opinion, he believes people are making too much of that post. He tried to contact puck54.com. The detective found the administrator is hidden from sight online, can't reach him. We tried, can't reach either. The detective tried to get them, no response. League President Brad Martin says he talked to every parent in the league about this and says if this was a parent and he finds them, the parent will never step foot there again. Back to you.
Sickening. Okay. Sean, thank you.
A new study finds Metro Detroit's housing market is heating up earlier than ever. According to Realtor.com, Detroit ranked at 118, up 82 spots from last year, with homes selling 32 days faster than they did a year ago. We'd like to point out Warren and Dearborn are included in that calculation, by the way. It is the first time on record earning the #1 spot on Realtor's Most Improved list. The April ranking also shows home buying season in the Midwest and the Northeast, both heating up earlier than the usual start, which is around June.
A bald eagle who's become a bit of an online celebrity is on the mend here in Metro Detroit.
Ahead, how it was injured by something a person did and how you can help prevent it from happening again.
And here's Grant.
A new bill in Lansing would require fact checkers to register with the state. Coming up, what First Amendment experts are saying about this bill and why they say it's unconstitutional.